Hi there, how are you? This is Loise. Welcome back to my channel. It's my hope and trust that you're doing well wherever you are. You're healthy and you're safe. I am healthy and safe. Thank you for checking. There's a lot of people who reached out to me. I know it's been a while, but here I am. I want to make a video, a very quick video, hopefully, about adjusting to life in Canada as a young international student. So I said young because a lot of information that I'm going to give in this video is going to relate to people who mostly just left high school or who are coming here for their undergrad degree or diploma, people who haven't traveled, people who haven't left home. That is the main focus of this video. Okay, so I must give a disclaimer because I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. So the information that I'll give here is for your information purposes only. It should not be taken as legal advice. If you want any legal advice regarding your application to Canada, regarding your school admission, if you want to be placed in a school, anything that you want, please send me an email and book a consultation. Okay, my email address is going to be at the description part of this video. So here we are, that is out of the way. You have that study permit, or you have the school admission, or you even maybe just trying to apply for schools, because come on, despite this COVID-19, you can still do your school application, you can still do the preparations. Yes, life is not stopping. So if you're looking to study in Canada, this is a time whereby you should be looking at schools, at school admissions, at the things you need to prepare yourself so that when life comes back, because life is going to come back, then you will be ready to go. You'll be among the first people who will go through the system. So I think this is actually the time. You know, it's like that break whereby you should be gathering all your ducks in a row to make sure that you're set to go when life hits that go button. Okay, so get working, get going. Anyway, you're going to find that when you arrive in Canada as a young person from a different country, and mostly, you know, I relate with Africa because, come on, I'm African, I am Kenyan. So you're going to find that when you come here and you don't have families, you don't have friends, the Canadian culture is quite different from where you're coming from. Most of us do come from reserved cultures. And then you come here and you find that, oh my God, things are so different. You're going to get that culture shock. That should not worry you because it doesn't last. It's only for a while. If you come prepared, you come with that open mind, you come ready, you should be able to overcome it within no time. And you should be able to settle in your studies because, come on, time is not going to stop for you to deal with culture shock. No, it's not. So the sooner you can go through the culture shock, figure out, settle down, the sooner you're going to be successful in your studies. And remember, you are here as a student, so you want to be succeeding in your studies, because if you land here and you start on the wrong footing, then my friend, it's going to be tough. I remember when I joined college, I actually missed my first 2 lessons, and that kind of set me back. And I missed my first 2 lessons because I was trying to figure out something at the school. So yes, I do not want you to go through that. That's why I'm giving this kind of a pep talk. Okay? Right. You're also going to find that you're not the only international student, because a lot of people come here to study from all over the world. So you're going to meet many other confused students from different countries who are from different socio-economic backgrounds. And those people, they have traveled, others have not traveled, you know, different experiences, different exposures. But what you're going to find is that the relationships you will form in Canada as an international student with other international students of diverse backgrounds, those are going to be some of the best relationships of your life, and they're going to impact a lot of the rest of your life, whether it's here in Canada or abroad or back to your country. Those relationships are going to be very important. Okay, so let's assume you're coming from Kenya. It's a reserved community to some extent. It's a reserved society. There are things, especially when we are educated. I still remember when I went to school in Kenya, we were listening. You listen, you respect your teachers, you just don't ask questions unnecessarily. There's so many don'ts than do's. Everything was don't. And you're going to find that this is a different place. When you come here, this is a different place. So you look at people direct in their eyes and you ask questions, you ask and you talk and you speak your mind. So that is one of the main differences you are going to experience here. Okay? So again, I said come here with an open mind because you're going to be needing to adjust very fast. So when you arrive, everything is going to be difficult. While things will be difficult from finding classes to labs to directions. Please, directions here, the classes will be like northwest something, northwest 212. And you're going to figure out north and south and east and west, and those are directions that we are not used to where we come from. So those are things that you're going to expect to be different. Directions, everything is going to be difficult, but be ready. Be ready because you should not stay in that difficulty. Ask people questions, ask and ask and ask. You can't ask enough, okay? The other thing you're going to realize is that your accent. Yes, you see, I have an accent. I'm a Kikuyu, right? I'm a Kenyan Kikuyu with a big accent, an accent that has an attitude. Yes, so your accent is going to stand out. And the same thing is your skin color. Those things, your accent and your skin color are going to stand out. And there's nothing you can do about that. And while accents do change and do adapt because you need to be heard, you need to be understood. So with time, you can sort those things out and people are going to learn to understand you. So do not let your accent come in your way. No, don't let your accent, or don't feel conscious about your accent and your color because there's nothing you can do about them. You're who you are, right? Yes, you are who you are, and you're going to find people from especially Asia, China, they have deeper accents than we ever do. And you know what? They don't care. No, they don't care. Yes, they speak, you can understand them or not. So don't be intimidated by your accent or your color, okay? Then you're going to find that college here, college or university, whatever you want to call it, is an extension of high school in this country. And high school here is mixed. We don't have those, girls only schools and boys only schools. Very few are like that here. So kids here, they study together. It's boys and girls together. So when they get to be very close, they form relationships, boyfriends and girlfriends. So those things do move to colleges, and you're going to find that girls and boys here can be very close, and there's going to be a lot of PDA, yes, public display of affection everywhere, in the hallways, in classrooms, in bathrooms. So be ready for stuff like that. So don't don't be scared when you see these things, because some of us come from places whereby we do not kiss in public just anyhowly, Yes. Then the other thing is dressing. Please just come ready, because this is a society of my dress, my choice. Yes, and that goes into colleges whereby don't be staring down people's dressing, because people dress whatever they feel like. Nobody polices the way people dress here. One other thing you're going to find, and this was my personal experience, is that Canadian kids speak directly from their minds. They speak, and my kids are like that. Like, they speak their minds. They will tell you anything. They just tell you whatever it is they're thinking. They don't sieve a lot of things. A lot of people don't sieve. Where we come from, we think so much before we speak because we do not want to be rude. It's not rude here to speak your mind, as long as you're not arrogant. People speak their minds, and these kids do speak their minds, and at times they don't even wait for their chance to speak. No. So people tend to overspeak each other. In class, people speak. So if you're just sitting there waiting for your opportunity to give your opinion, you may never have that opinion, that chance to give your opinion. So please participate, take your position, have your voice heard. Please be heard. Don't be intimidated and just be quiet. I know that happens a lot. You may tend to be just quiet and observe when everybody is saying whatever they feel like, and they have a lot of imagination, you can expect, right? Then there, just know that you're not the only international student. There's a lot of other nervous international students who are harboring the same kind of fears that you're harboring. You think that you have these fears, someone else is going through their own kind of fears. So don't worry. You're not the only one who is going through that. Everybody is going through motions of being in college and being in a new place and everything. So you're not the only person. One thing I must tell you though is that you're going to find some ignorant people, especially if you're coming from Africa. You're going to find some ignorant people who think that in Africa we live in huts and everybody is poor. And I have nothing against that, because that is what a lot of people here who haven't traveled have been shown on social media, on televisions. They just see those pictures from those non-governmental, I don't know, whatever they're called, those charitable organizations that just show pictures of a very poor Africa because they want to raise money. They want to elicit sympathy with African poverty. So teach people, when someone asks you whether you guys rear a lion, please take that as a teachable moment. And the best people who actually raise awareness are international students from Africa here. You can make a big difference. You can really make a big difference. Yes, there are people who will be like, yeah, how did you get here? You can be sassy if you want, but again, you can build better relationships by educating people. Say it in a nice way, but again, there are people who haven't traveled and they haven't also read good books. I know, they're here. I've met them. Yeah, I've met them. They only watch sitcoms and that's all they know. And the other thing they have seen is those adverts that just depict Africa as a terrible, poor place. Come on, Africa is beautiful. So as an international student, sell that, teach people that, let people appreciate where you come from. Okay? All right. The other one is the weather. Oh my goodness. This is going to hit you hard, especially for winter. That sucks. There's nothing we can do about it. It's going to suck. You may not even want to leave your dorm. Okay? But with time, you're going to learn how to deal with that and get accustomed to that. And you're going, it's going to suck when you arrive. There's nothing we can do about that. The other thing is food. Food here is good. Food is great. And the servings are big. They have huge servings. Okay, you're also going to find that getting your first job is going to be hard as an international student because you don't have Canadian experience. So I advise you to look for temporary jobs here. Some jobs, there are some people who are going to offer you some small jobs here just so that you can get some work experience. Get those part-time jobs as well. So just if you're looking like for a big gig, that is going to be it's going to be hard, especially as a newly landed student. Just know that students can work 20 hours per week. They are allowed to work without a work permit, 20 hours per week outside campus and full-time in campus. Working full-time can be hard because you also want to keep up with your studies, but students are allowed to do that. Okay? Yes, so that is something you can always come with at the back of your mind. And I do tell parents, because usually when people call me, they call me with their kids. I do tell parents that you cannot depend on your child, especially when they are young. You cannot just depend that the money they are going to raise from working is the money that is going to pay school fees for them. And in that regard, I will make a video about how you can fund your studies here in Canada as an international student. Okay, but that is a totally different discussion. Okay, the other thing you're going to realize here and you're going to love is that parties are the bomb. Parties here are good. College parties, home parties, everything. Life is good. So you're going to find that parties are good. Please just make sure you're not getting carried away with the party life because alcohol is available, stuff like that. Just make sure you're getting yourself with the right crowd just so that you're not getting lost. It's very easy to get lost here as an international student. So How do you succeed with all these things that I've talked about? I know I've said a few things which can be quite scary when you listen to them. But how do you succeed? You succeed first by making sure that you talk to people. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Talk to people around you in class. Don't worry whether they are boys or girls. Talk to people. Ask questions. Seek clarifications. If you don't understand something, please ask. Ask. Yes, people are so good at answering questions, at helping you, at clarifying things, and they're not gonna be rude. And they're not going to ridicule you for your accent. No one is going to do that. And by asking questions and talking to these people, that is the only way that you're going to build confidence. Okay? The other thing is participate in different activities. Oh my goodness, this is very, very, very important, especially in this culture. Participate, because come on, you're new, you're young, you don't know people, so you have to get yourself out of your dorm, go meet people, go participate, whether it's in sports, whatever it is, whether it's a dance, whatever, debates. Participate in those college activities, because there now you're going to form friendships, because it's very easy to form friendships with people whom you have something shared, a shared interest. So if you're in the volleyball team together, it's very easy to form friends in your volleyball team. Okay, the same thing, whether it's running, whatever activity, please join an activity and get to make friendships there. Another thing that is really important, please spend time with people who don't necessarily look like you. Yes, that is the only way you're going to understand them, to know more about them. You're going to be intrigued when you spend time with people who don't necessarily look like you, and you're going to see that you will break a lot of stereotypes that are out there. People say a lot of different things about people they don't know, but you need to engage yourself with these people. The other thing, spend time with Canadians. Yes, that's the only way you're going to understand and appreciate the Canadian culture. Spend a lot of time with Canadians, okay? All right, so if you do all that and other things maybe that I haven't talked about here, you're going to find that before you know it, you have formed good friendships. You are on your way to settling in class. You have buddies who you can help each other with your homework. You can always, you have people that you feel confident and comfortable asking questions. So who knows, you may even find a boy or a girl whom you like, and you have your first kiss, and you're also kissing in the hallways. Who knows? Yes, that happens. So please make sure, because once you do these kind of things, you come with that open mind. It's about attitude. You're going to find that you're going to enjoy Canada, because Canada is beautiful. Canada is not short of activities, regardless of why you came here, because I know international students come here, maybe they want to study and go back to their countries. Others come here with an intention to settle. So you need to engage yourself, especially if you want to settle here. You're going to need to create that foundation, because those friendships, you're going to carry those friendships out there. I must mention though that the cost of living here can be quite high. So again, I always tell people, bring money when you're coming. Make sure if you're sending your child here to college, send them with some money, because cost of living can be high. It can be high. You'll find that students, usually they either live in the dorms or they do shared accommodation outside campus. A lot of students live in basements. They share rooms in basements. And you're going to find that a regular student may spend up to between $800 and $1,000 a month on upkeep. That is rent, food, transportation, and other miscellaneous costs here and there. So you're going to find that if you're only working 20 hours per week, then that is just the amount of money that you'll be earning in a month. Okay? Yes, so just know that the cost of living can be quite high. Okay? On the activities, I talked about activities. You're going to need to look for activities. There's so many things that you can learn here as an international student. You can learn so many things, from skiing, from snowshoeing, from hiking. There's a lot of winter activities, my friend. You cannot even exhaust them. Make sure you learn something that is different from where you're coming from. Especially if you're coming from Africa, we don't ski there, right? Come and undertake these things. They are interesting, they are thrilling. You're looking for a thrill and also something to excite you and keep you active and keep you connected with your friends, especially over the weekend. So look for those activities. There's a lot of outdoor activities in summer. You can swim, you can run, you can walk, you can do rafting, whatever it is you want to do, you can do it in this country as an international student. Okay, you can also travel. Yes, you can travel. You can take weekends over summer. You can go camping. And I know a lot of people want to work over summer because that's the only time that they can work full time. But then again, that doesn't mean that you have to live a boring life. No, as a student, you can still enjoy this country. Okay. Final thing, I know homesickness is going to catch you like a flu. It is hard. Maybe you've never left home. Homesickness can be very hard. Yes. So look for ways, and that's why I tell people, look for ways to connect with people, form your kind of friendships, keep in touch with your friends at home. But another important thing that I see that works really well with international students is look for people from your country. Yes, we have, like here we have the Kenyan communities. They are everywhere. So look for people in your Kenyan community because you're going to connect with these people. First, you speak the same language. Maybe you've not even spoken Swahili in 6 months. Come on, right? So you're going to come and find people like us. Speak Swahili, speak Kikuyu, speak whatever it is you want to speak. Come to my house, eat ugali and boga, and you feel at home. You feel like you connect. So that kind of beats that homesickness. Okay, connecting with people who you have, you're from the same country, so that kind of makes you feel at home far away from home. And as I end this, I know there's a lot of people, especially students, they are worried about racism and discrimination. I just want to say this, and I know I have said it in other videos. Canadians are great people. Yes, they are great people. People here, they are good. They smile a lot. They say sorry, and they're ready to help you. Okay? So don't come here afraid. I keep saying there is racism, there is discrimination, but it is so hidden. A lot of students do not get to experience some of these things. Everybody is friendly. That's my experience. Everybody is friendly. So you don't have to come here worried that you're going to be jumped on the street because you look like that. No. So if you come here and you work hard as a student, you can decide later whether you want to go back to your country. You already have an international education that you can use out there, or you can even stay here and explore the various immigration programs, because Canada is very inviting to international students. It wants to retain a lot of them at the end of their studies. So you can stay here as a permanent resident and later become a citizen. Yes! And even sponsor your parents. So if you're out there and you want to come to Canada and you just don't want to come here to study, you want to come here with an intention to settle here, to figure out what happens next, because you're going to plan very well. When you're coming as a student, you're going to plan well on your future. The moment you plan about your immigration is when you're applying for a school here, because the province is going to matter. The kind of school is going to matter. So please make sure that you plan those things when you're seeking school admissions. And if you need help with that, if you want to get a school admission that is going to help you settle here in Canada later, please send me an email and book that consultation. Okay? Thank you so much. Get ready. Prepare. I tell people you cannot prepare enough. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So this is the time now you need to be planning about studying in Canada. You need to start preparing now. When we have this whole closure, whatever it is, this is a time when you need to be preparing yourself. You need to get to know what you need to put in place, the things that you need. Look at schools, because come on, life is opening up back again. When it opens up, are you going to be ready to come here as an international student? Thank you so much for joining me. Please stay safe. Thank you. I really appreciate. Okay, bye now.